What's going on, guys? This is Demian from The Lookout, and I am here with the free-to-play Vegeta guide. Yes, because free-to-play experience is shit, we need to make guides for this. So anyways, guys, today we're checking out Vegeta. I'm gonna show you some builds, upgrade routes, everything for different stages of your free-to-play journey. But before we begin, 3 important things. First off, we're streaming every day this week. We are participating in Gamers Outreach HP for Heroes charity event for hospitalized kids. We're gonna try to use at least a digital client for something, and then maybe we'll stream some other games as well. I love streaming, so drop by. I will let you know on the community page when we're live in the Discord. And the second thing is we give away codes on every video. 2 codes to 1 lucky winner. All you got to do is be a subscriber, leave a like, and drop a comment. And then at the end of the next video, I will be picking the lucky winner. I'll show you the lucky winner. So, and the final thing is huge shout out to the Coffee Club, our level patrons. These are our $2 and up patrons that buy us coffee. They keep this crazy machine going. And guys, thanks a lot for your support. If you wish to join the Coffee Club, link to a patron is in the description below. And I think that's about everything. Roll the video! As with all of our videos, let's start with the breakdown. So here is our guide for free-to-play friendly Vegeta deck. I'm gonna show you multiple builds. We'll try to minimize reliance on RNG, especially in the first 2 stages. I'm gonna give you some cheap/realistic upgrade routes. I'm gonna show you several deck lists for each collection stage, and then that's about it. We have 4 stages, let's dive into them. We're gonna be splitting the guide into 4 stages. Each stage is optimized for where you would realistically be in the game, provided that you didn't spend any money on the game, nor redeemed any codes. So stage 1 is the very beginning. You just have 1 starter deck that's max free to play. Stage 2 is still free to play friendly, but it will require some packs, or sometimes you'll just have to buy another starter deck. Vegeta is one of those where you need to buy 2. Stage 3, that's a later game. These are more optimized builds. They're still doable free to play, and you will need to get at least couple of rares. And then stage 4 is the full powered build. You know, this one isn't free to play friendly at all, it's just like max power Vegeta. Let's start with stage 1. Stage 1, you have just turned on the game, you got your Vegeta starter deck, and now you're ready to go face those god rank players. So this build was made with 1 starter deck in mind and 3 promo packs. Now, promo packs are solid for beginners. They don't have RNG, you always get everything in them. And Vegeta is one of those decks which has a very good promo card. Usually I'm not fully up for promos, but Vegeta really has a good one. So if you want to get free promo packs, you can. If you don't want to, just skip to the next stage. But these promo cards will be in every stage, so yeah, it just depends on your personal preferences. Do you want to buy promo packs, or do you want to buy a second copy of the deck? So here is how you optimize your build very early on in the game. Alright guys, I'm here with Deck Planet, the best deck builder in the world. We're gonna check out stage 1 for Vegeta. So basically, we're just trying to navigate the waters with 1 starter deck. And there are a couple of things that you need to keep in mind when it comes to Vegeta. So because your deck really depends on having 7 or less in hand, we need to somehow substitute with combo power. Which is why we run only 2 cards in the entire deck. 3 cards which have less than 10k combo power. We have 2 of the Gohans because we only get 2. We're running 3 of the Piccolos because I had to fill up space somehow. And we are running 4 of the Trunks. As you can see, everything else except for... Okay, we're running this guy as well. But I call him like the mini-boss, you know, he's not the boss monster. However, his combo power is calculated a bit differently because he gains 2 from the drop. Everything else as max combo power as possible. We're running 3 copies of the Final Flash. It's not the best in my opinion, but we only get 2 Galagans. So we need to substitute somehow. And now the big important is this guy. This guy is phenomenal. If you're not running him in Vegeta, I think you should be running him here. So he's 20k, 10k combo power, amazing. Activate main once per turn, you discard one from hand and he gets plus 15 for the turn. He becomes 35k. Now, so he becomes as big as this Gohan with a permanent, except that you don't need to have 7 or less in hand. And another huge thing that this does, especially for you if you're starting with Vegeta, if you're still getting used to the deck, you need to always be on 7 or less in hand to get some triggers going. This guy helps you regulate hand size. So if you miss sequence, let's say you attack with your leader first, and then you remember that you have just drawn your 8 card, and you're like, okay, what now? Like, let's say the combo phase is already ended, you use this guy. If you have him on field, activate main, you dump the 1 card, you go back. So you won't get your big leader effect going anymore, but you will get your triggers from cards like the Trunks, like Goten, and like Gohan. So yeah, that's the stage 1 build. Now we move on to stage 2. So you have enough gems to buy a few packs. You must buy an additional deck to up the number of key cards. So Vegeta and Frieza are one of those decks where you need to buy 2. You just need to buy 2. Because some of your better cards are locked as 2 copies. So yeah, good luck. So feel free to buy some packs after getting an extra starter deck. You could use some commons and uncommons from them, but we will be focusing mainly on common and uncommon cards, plus the new starter deck cards. So we'll just be doubling up some numbers. As these commons and uncommons in starter deck, it's much easier to get than some cards of higher rarities. Let's check out the build. Stage 2. Okay, so now we have 2 starter decks. So we are just upping some quantities here. Okay, so we're not gonna be going with any commons and uncommons. Let's say what happens if you haven't drawn any of them. Okay, so here is what we're doing. We are upping these Trunks from 2 to 4. We are upping Gohan from 2 to 4. We are upping our boss monster, mini boss Gotenks. I still think that 3 copies of Vegeta is okay. You can run 4. I like 3. I prefer like more combo power here. And we are taking away some of the Galligans, some of the Final Flashes, one of them, and we're upping the Galligan by 2. So this is 2 starter decks. No other commons, no other uncommons. So you can, if you have the gems necessary, you can immediately just jump to this one. Like, you don't need to buy packs. You buy the promo ones to get this Vegeta, and then you just buy immediately the other starter deck. Bam, there you go. Stage 2 build done. Stage 3. So from this point, the guide will become less budget friendly and depend more on card opening RNG. So this version of the build is still doable as a free-to-play player. It's still very, very doable, but it will rely on RNG. Please keep that in mind. So you have opened a lot of packs by now, you have some rare wild cards, and you've bought another copy of the Vegeta starter deck. You still don't have playsets of all rares, nor any of these super rares or SCRs. SCRs, they don't matter, you don't have them, this is just placeholder text. This is as far as you can get until you get those really rare cards. Let's check it out. Okay, stage 3. So, we have some commons, we have some uncommons, and we have a handful of rares. So, what do we do here? Well, we go with Pilafs, because Pilaf is fair and balanced. So, 1 cost 10k, if you have 7 or less, when you play him you add 1 Earthling, cost 1 or less from your drop to your hand. And you already know the Pilaf combo, you just use the Final Hope Slash and then you just keep recycling it. We do this. And we are, of course, we're also adding 3 copies of the Final Hope Slash. We are cutting down 1 Final Flash. You can run 2, you can find space for 2, but you can also go with just 1. We're keeping the Vegetas and Gohans, but we're also adding 3 copies of Trunks. So we're going to be more aggressive this way. especially if you want to fight Broly. 2 cost 30k. That's not a bad deal. Like, I absolutely love this card. 2 cost 30k, just go hit them hard and then he bottom decks himself. So yeah, other than that, we are basically running the same amounts of everything else. We're still keeping the Bulmas because they are 10k combos. We're still keeping the promo because it's amazing. And we will be cutting some of this once we get to stage 4. But we will mostly be cutting the things that we got from the starter decks, not the things that we have opened. Yeah, so let's dive into stage 4. And finally, we get to stage 4, the not free to play friendly at all, full powered Vegeta build. So you have played the game for a long time, you have all of the cards that you need to build a full powered Vegeta deck, and you're willing to commit to playing it. Okay, then this is the build for you. The build is extremely expensive and resource heavy. It demands a lot of SRs, places of some rares, and purchasing 2 copies of the Vegeta starter deck. And even then, it's not really the best. Like, you really need to commit. My build probably isn't the best one, but at least use it as a blueprint. It will show you which SRs and stuff you need. Let's check it out. And finally, the stage 4 Vegeta, the very expensive one, because he runs 6 SRs and like a lot of rares. So here it is. It's not the best build. I am not the best with Vegeta, but I imagine that it's something along these lines. So first off, 4 copies of Mai. You must run 4 copies of Mai. Mai is the best self-awakener in the game. On play, add 2 cards from your life to your hand. Yeah, Mai is the best self-awakener in the game, because you want to awaken as fast as possible. Just one very important thing. If you do Mai, and then let's say you do Mai again, so you awaken turn 2, you'll probably have way too many cards in your hand. So try to somehow balance that. You will need to combo, not a lot, but you will need to regulate your hand in the very early stages. If you awaken turn 2 with Mai and taking damage, you probably won't get your activate main off on turn 2, but let's say from turn 3 it would be possible. Then you have 4 of the Pilafs. Things don't change here. We take out one of these Gohans. It's just a 5k guy. You can take out 2 if you wish. I feel like 3 is okay to have. We are upping the Trunks to 4. We're adding 2 of these Trunks. So he's similar to Final Flash. He's a bit more expensive, but he's a 20k beater. And he's also Self-Awakener. Add up to 1 life from add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, and then choose 1 battle card which costs 5 or less and return it to its owner's hand. Final Flash won't return, it will bottom deck it, but it's still a sort of removal on a 20k body that can be comboed with. We're going with 4 Gotenks, 3 Vegetas. You can mess a bit with the ratios and trying to keep it as starter deck friendly as possible. 4 copies of Videl, of course, and then we have basically the rest. So yeah, that is stage 4 Vegeta. That's it for the video. Let me know in the comments below, was this free-to-play guide helpful to you? Are you now ready to build Vegeta? Do you feel now more confident in building Vegeta when you have like some examples and upgrade guides? Let me know in the comments. I read all of your comments. I try to respond to everything. I love our little community. And huge congratulations to Federico Neri 007. You have won 2 digital pack codes. Reach out to me either on Facebook on the lookout or through Discord. My tag is in the description below. Everyone else, you have another chance to win 2 digital pack codes. We have way too many of them, so don't worry, you'll have more chances to win. So guys, before you leave, please share the video. It helps out other players. Hit those like and subscribe buttons. It helps us get to 5k when I'm gonna give away a booster box of codes. This has been Demian from the Lookout, and I'll see all of you in the next video.